The NBA season continues to unfold with the kind of drama and intrigue that keeps fans glued to every possession, every fast break, and every clutch shot. Tonight's slate of games is a microcosm of the league itself, matchups defined not just by talent, but by momentum, style, and the stakes that come with early season form. There's no room for error, no pause button, and for teams on the rise or in need of a reset, tonight could define their trajectory. First up, Memphis travels to Cleveland, a clash of purpose and polish. The Grizzlies enter with a 3-game skid weighing heavily on their confidence. Sitting at 4-9 and 11th in the Western Conference, Memphis is searching for stability, trying to find a rhythm in a season that has already thrown curveballs. Cleveland, meanwhile, stands firm at 8-5, fourth in the East, with the calm of a squad beginning to sharpen its edge and assert its presence. This is a matchup defined as much by direction as by raw numbers. Prediction models lean heavily toward the Cavaliers, and the home floor amplifies that expectation, offering them a chance to reinforce a climb up the conference ladder. The contrast between these two teams is striking. Cleveland runs one of the league's sharpest offenses, scoring 122.2 points per game on 45% shooting, generating nearly 10 steals per night, and distributing the ball with fluidity that yields 27.9 assists per game. Donovan Mitchell is the centerpiece of this rhythm, producing 30.5 points per night on 50% shooting, 5.5 assists, and 5 rebounds, dominating the paint with precision and efficiency. Evan Mobley anchors the interior, delivering 18.9 points, 8.7 rebounds, and 1.4 blocks, giving the Cavaliers a lethal inside-outside combination. Memphis counters with grit, but the numbers reveal the struggle: 112.8 points per game on 43% shooting, allowing 120.7, and producing only 7.5 steals and 4.2 blocks per contest. Ja Morant remains the heartbeat of the offense with 18.9 points and 8.1 assists, while Jaren Jackson Jr. chips in 17.2 points, 5.1 rebounds, and 1.4 blocks, but the Grizzlies need more efficiency across the board to keep pace with Cleveland's polished execution. This game is a battle of urgency versus structure, Memphis trying to push pace, create chaos, and rediscover identity, while Cleveland thrives in structured possessions, protecting the paint and forcing opponents into inefficient mid-range attempts. Recent form intensifies that narrative. Memphis has dropped 4 of its last 5 games, being outplayed by Boston, New York, and Houston, with only a 118-104 win over Dallas offering a glimmer of hope. Cleveland, conversely, has taken 4 of its last 5, cruising past Miami, Chicago, and Washington with a high-powered offense that clicks in rhythm. The star duel, as always, adds drama: Ja Morant versus Donovan Mitchell. Morant brings pace, creativity, and relentless rim pressure, constantly hunting openings in transition, while Mitchell delivers power, precision, and quarter-by-quarter domination. Add Mobley's interior dominance against Memphis's thin frontcourt, and the Cavaliers enjoy a layered advantage. While Memphis will compete and Morant will flash, Cleveland's firepower and balance give them a decisive edge. The prediction for this matchup is clear: Cavaliers to win, with a total over 230.5 points. Turning to Oklahoma City versus Charlotte, the Thunder are riding high. With a 12-1 start, the best mark in the Northwest and one of the strongest in the league, Oklahoma City has the confidence and rhythm of a true contender. Winners of 4 straight, including dominant 92-121 and 102-126 blowouts, they carry a fluidity and precision that young teams often struggle to match. Charlotte, at 4-7, remains inconsistent, though recent wins hint at progress. This matchup pits the Thunder's efficiency and structure against the Hornets' volatility. Oklahoma City scores 122.5 points per game on 48% shooting, pulls down 47 rebounds, and protects the ball with just 11.8 turnovers. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander leads with a scorching 32.5 points per game, hitting 52% from the field and 90% at the line, orchestrating one of the league's most balanced offenses. Chad Holmgren adds 18.7 points, 10 boards, and rim protection, while Isaiah Hartenstein dominates the glass at 11.2 rebounds. Defensively, the Thunder's multiple active hands generate 10.8 steals and 5.2 blocks, a constant pressure that punishes mistakes. Charlotte counters with 117.5 points per game, 46.6 rebounds, and dynamic playmakers in Miles Bridges, LaMelo Ball, and Colin Stawn. Bridges leads with 21.8 points, Ball adds 19 points with 6.3 assists, and Cock-Breener provides paint deterrence with 2.4 blocks. Yet, this young Hornets team struggles to sustain defense and consistency, leaving openings for a Thunder attack that thrives in transition and exploits turnovers. The matchup boils down to Shai versus Bridges and Ball, efficiency, spacing, and disciplined execution versus high-voltage bursts of creation. Tactically, Oklahoma City holds the edge in every phase: offensive flow, defensive disruption, and bench depth. Charlotte will compete early and lean on Bridges' scoring and Ball's creativity, but the Thunder's composure and control make the outcome likely. Prediction: Thunder to win, with the total over 129.5 points. In Toronto versus Indiana, the Raptors showcase the sharpness of a team gaining momentum. At 7-5 and third in the Atlantic, Toronto's disciplined offense averages 119.8 points per game on 49% shooting, with 42.2 rebounds and 30.3 assists, feeding a system built for balance and consistency. Indiana sits at 1-11, in the midst of a 6-game losing streak, searching for identity and a chance to stop the spiral. Pascal Siakam leads the Pacers with 24.1 points, 7.4 rebounds, and 5.3 assists, but the supporting cast struggles to provide steady efficiency. Toronto's trio of Brandon Ingram, 20.5 points, efficient splits, Scotty Barnes, 7.6 rebounds, and Emmanuel Quickley, 6.2 assists, combine spacing, tempo, and control. The matchup theme is clear: disciplined offense against unstable defense. Toronto's recent form has been strong, winning 4 straight and 6 of 10, while Indiana has lost 5 of its last 5, including heavy defeats to Phoenix, Utah, Golden State, Denver, and Brooklyn. The duel between Ingram and Siakam is central: balance and poise versus volume and force. Toronto's system, depth, and efficiency set them apart. The prediction favors the Raptors, with the total over 227.5 points. The Lakers versus Bucks matchup feels like a November preview of what elite talent can produce in balance and volatility. The Lakers at 8-4 bring 115.9 points per game on 50% shooting, aggressive rebounding at 40.3 per game, and 25.7 assists, all hallmarks of a disciplined, rhythm-driven attack. Milwaukee matches the scoring at 118 points per game on 50% shooting but adds defensive strength, 7.9 steals, 5.2 blocks, and control of tempo. Recent trends amplify the intrigue. The Lakers have dropped 2 of their last 3 but display resilience, while the Bucks swing between narrow wins and losses, maintaining identity through physicality, inside scoring, and wing pressure. The individual duel is electric. The Lakers' offensive leader averages 34.9 points, 9.1 rebounds, and 8.9 assists, while the Bucks' star counters with 33.4 points, 11.9 rebounds, and 6.2 assists. Skill versus force, precision versus momentum, every possession a battle. Tactically, the Lakers rely on spacing, pick-and-roll execution, and perimeter reads, while Milwaukee brings interior strength and secondary scoring. Supporting cast contributions and late-game execution will define the edge, but the Lakers' spacing, composure, and rhythm tilt the scales. Prediction: Lakers to win, total over 227.5 points. Finally, Denver versus Minnesota highlights a clash of efficiency and athleticism. Denver at 9-2 carries momentum, winning 9 of their last 10, including 5 straight, while Minnesota at 7-4 fights to reassert itself after a loss in the first meeting 127-114. Denver's 124.5 points per game on 50.9% shooting, 47.4 rebounds, and 29.5 assists, orchestrated by Nikola Jokic, showcase rhythm, balance, and precision. Jamal Murray, Christian Braun, and Aaron Gordon add layers of scoring and facilitation. Minnesota answers with explosive scoring from Anthony Edwards, 27.1 points, 50.1% shooting, and all-around presence from Julius Randle, while Rudy Gobert anchors defense with 10.1 rebounds and 1.8 blocks. Styles collide. Denver's half-court precision versus Minnesota's vertical, physical shot challenges. The matchup leans in Denver's favor due to efficiency, ball control, and Jokic's orchestration, with Minnesota needing bursts of transition scoring and rim protection to stay competitive. Prediction: Denver to win, total over 230.5 points. Tonight's slate is more than numbers and statistics. It's a story of teams defining their early season identity, of stars dueling, of momentum clashing with discipline. Every game carries its own drama, from Memphis seeking stability, to Oklahoma City asserting dominance, to Toronto, the Lakers, and Denver flexing balance and control against lesser, yet dangerous, opposition. If you want to ride this wave of analysis, breakdowns, and predictions with a deep dive into the NBA's unfolding narratives, hit that subscribe button, tap the notification bell, and join the journey here at Beyond the Box Score. This is where stats meet strategy, stars meet structure, and every matchup tells a story worth watching.